It's currently day 2 of me being out here on the Milk and Honey tour with Crowder in my new tech position. Yesterday we were in Pittsburgh. I think in my last video I kind of was a little confused as to where we were even going. Everything was happening so fast. We flew into Pittsburgh and then hopped on the bus, and then we're at Carnegie Music Hall last night there. The load in there was kind of tricky. It was a smaller venue, super nice, really cool, just not a lot of places for tech world where I'm working at, and then cases and everything. It was just kind of chaotic yesterday, so it was a long day. We started unloading the semi at 10 a.m. and then I think I got in bed at 1:30. And between just getting everything ready and then learning everything I need to do and then I'm going to be responsible for, I just really didn't have much time. I think really the only breaks I had were to eat. Today has been a much more relaxed pace. We started unloading the truck about 10:30. We got here a little late. We had some bus issues in the middle of the night. I slept through it, so I didn't even know. But the bus got here a little later than it was planning to. But load in was super fast, and everything's feeling really good. This venue is incredible. Plenty of space for us to get everything in easily, and great crew. Typically how these things work is that we have crew that travels, but then there's local crew that helps unload and load. They help with rigging, getting lights, and there's an LED wall that gets put up, and so they're helping with all of that stuff, and then we take care of everything around the show. But load in and load out, we have that local crew helping us out. So far so good. It's definitely longer days and a lot to keep up with, but I'm feeling good, especially because I've been out with these guys previously and have played with them. I kind of know the gist of the show and how everything works. I definitely think that's a help, because I already have a kind of an idea of what everything needs to look like and needs to happen. Obviously this is a new tour. There's a lot of new material that's in the set, but I'm learning all of that, and we're getting it done. Just wanted to check in with you guys. It's day 3. We are in Greenville, Tennessee. This is the 3rd show out of 11 in this first leg. We're doing 11 shows in a row, which I think is maybe the most shows I've ever done night after night while on the road. A lot of times you might have a Monday or a Tuesday off or something like that, but man, we're hitting it hard. 11 in a row, and then we have a couple days off before we head to Texas for a little Texas run. But I'm feeling good. Things are getting settled in. I'm feeling good about my role and everything that I'm able to help with, and just knowing what to do and not asking a question every 2 minutes or whatever to Wes or some of the other guys. So I'm gonna try to get some footage tonight during the show, just some of the transitions and stuff. During the show I am grabbing instruments from guys or handing them different instruments. There's also a piano that comes on and off stage, and there's 2 different locations that it goes into, and so I'm helping get that in place. And then also just keeping my eye on stage the whole time. If somebody needs something goes wrong, something goes down, anything like that, me and Wes are kind of keeping our eyes on stage as much as possible so we can catch those things and help out. Hey guys, it's day 4. We are in Charleston, and I had a few minutes this afternoon. We're all set up, we're sound checked, got the opener sound checked and everything. I thought I'd give you guys a quick rundown of kind of my world and everything that's going on. So right now I'm over here in kind of tech world. We've got a couple of boats with instruments over here. These are all David's guitars, and then some others basses, and then there's other stuff up here. This thing right here is actually probably my favorite instrument on the entire tour. It's a 1917 Mandocello Gibson. It sounds amazing. It's kind of like a mandolin but down an octave. It's tuned more like a bouzouki currently. We haven't been using it. We've been kind of sound checking with it. We're hoping to work it into the set soon. We've got the rack. You might have seen the rack of Kempers over there. So on top we've got a spare Kemper for David, and then David's Kemper, and then Kenny, who is stage right auxiliary, and then BJ, who is stage left auxiliary. They use the Kempers for everything, so acoustic instruments, all the different electric instruments, and then MIDI changes are sent to everything. So every song, it theoretically should change. They've had a few issues MIDI wise, but we're getting those worked out. But yeah, it makes it super easy and cuts down on the number of inputs. Otherwise there would be tons of DIs, amps. It's a lot of lines, and this kind of simplifies everybody down to one line. They match all the levels, and it makes it really easy, and it makes for quick transitions during the show. Over here is my kind of tuning station and all of that. In the show, I don't really end up doing too much tuning, but I do check the upright before I take it out. They use an upright bass on a couple songs, so I make sure that that's good to go. And then there's some guitar changes where I check some things for some of the aux guys and put a capo on and tune it and that kind of thing. But otherwise, pretty simple. There's some other stuff that I do that I'll show you out here on stage. So currently the opener stuff is set up out here, so it's a little chaotic, but we've got drums on stage right. During setup, I'm typically kind of roughing those in so that when the drummer comes in, things are mostly ready to go, and he kind of fine-tunes everything. In the middle, we have bass and synth bass, and then there's a perk setup on stage left, and then again, stage right, on the right and the left are two auxiliary, and then David's in the center. There's also on this tour, they've got a B3 back here. We put the Leslie backstage. It's actually kind of near Guitar World, so we hear that cranking, which is nice because I love a Leslie and a B3. It sounds amazing. And then BJ's boat currently is over here with all of his instruments. He plays violin and then some guitars. He also plays mandolin, but him and the other guy kind of switch the mandolin back and forth. Let's go check out Kenny's boat. So here is Kenny's boat. He's got two dobros. They're in two separate tunings, but otherwise pretty identical. Banjo, Telly, and a 335. And then this guy's pretty cool. This is a Harmony that has had a P90 put in it. Kind of a raunchy, crazy sounding guitar. That they just use for one song, and then his mandolin, which BJ also uses. The upright is over here waiting to be used, but yeah, it's a lot of instruments, some vintage, some not vintage, and it takes a lot of care to make sure everything's operating well and doing what it needs to do. The other cool thing that we have out here is this banjo right here. I believe this is a 30s Gibson banjo. Again, super cool. I'll show you a little closer on the boats here. We've got a couple of Baxendale acoustics, which if you're not familiar with Baxendale, basically takes like old vintage guitars that maybe aren't made super high quality, like old Silvertones or Harmonies, and then he redoes all the bracing inside, makes them a lot more stable, basically using the old wood and remanufacturing the guitars. So they look like an old guitar, but they're super stable and sound amazing. They really open up. If you're not familiar with Baxendale, definitely check out the work he's doing, and he's from my hometown of Athens, Georgia. Today is day 6. We are in Asheville, North Carolina at the Orange Peel, kind of a legendary rock club. For this tour, it's been a little more difficult. The stage is a little smaller than some of the places we've been playing, so getting set up today was a little more difficult. We had to park the semi out on the street out in front and load in from there rather than use the elevator. Just a lot of details to kind of work out and figure out as we go, but that's kind of how it's been. We were at the Tabernacle last night. It was the same kind of deal, just trying to figure out how to make it all work every day to make the show happen and be as good as possible. Today, after we got set up, during a little downtime this afternoon, I just did a little maintenance stuff, odds and ends. I fixed a cable that was, the tip was bent for Kenny. He was having some issues plugging stuff in and out last night, and we ended up swapping cables in the middle of the show. Again, this is day 6. Everybody's starting to get a little tired. It's a long run, and so long run with long days definitely is starting to wear on everybody and the crew, and we just got to keep pushing forward. Today is show 7, I believe. Starting to all run together, but we are in Nashville, Tennessee at the famous Ryman Auditorium. Definitely a bucket list venue. I've been walking around. I'm gonna walk inside now and check it out. I've been here before, but never played here before. So it's gonna be a good night. Last night was a long and tiring night. I think everybody's kind of feeling the 6 shows in a row. And you know, we're just trying to push through and keep our heads down and make sure we get what we need to done, and also just trying to treat people well and help each other out. So we're all tired, we're all feeling it, but we're gonna make it.
Yeah, man, give us like a rig rundown, like you got like a pedal or something.
We're starting a little late, but it's going to be a great day. My name is Q. I'm a production manager. This is Wes, stage manager and backline manager. Ferris is video. Josiah monitors A2. And Matt is our LD. Super easy today, guys. Where's Westbrook? Hey, Westbrook. Sorry, Westbrook is back on. I'm sorry. He knows I love him more than the other guys. It's fine. It's fine. Shut up, Ferris.
Keeping him to himself.
Keep him to myself. But yeah, guys, we'll pull everything down. Be super careful. Ask questions if you have any. We won't get mad at you for asking questions. We actually appreciate that you do that. Yeah, it's going to be a great day. Westbrook and Wes will get us in from the truck. We'll be in here catching it, telling everybody where to put it. It's going to be great. Let's knock it out. Hit the truck.
I just got a shower and we wrapped up show 10 tonight. We are just north of Grand Rapids, Michigan. When we got here this morning, there was actually snow on the ground. It was pretty chilly, and we're headed to Louisville tonight for the last show of this 11-show run. So I'm looking forward to getting home and resting a few days before we head to Texas. But overall, it's been great. Everybody's tired, but still in good spirits, which is awesome. You know, just day in and day out, doing the thing, just loading, unloading, getting the show done. It's just a good crew out here. Everybody's been awesome. Last day of tour, we are in Louisville, Kentucky, and this might be one of the coolest venues I've played. As far as indoor venues go, this place is super cool. It's called the Palace. It's really ornate. It kind of reminds me of the Fox Theater in Atlanta. It has this kind of blue ceiling that's, you know, kind of like the night sky with stars and everything on it, just like the Fox does. And man, just the inside of the theater as well as outside in the lobby is just super ornate. Lots of sculptures and lots going on, but it's really, really cool. Yeah. After tonight, I will be in Atlanta for a couple of days, and then we'll head out to Texas for a Texas run. Overall, it's been great. It's been really tiring, 11 shows in a row. You know, just long days doing the crew thing. I do miss playing. I think that as much as I do enjoy doing this, you know, I don't see myself moving into any kind of thing like this all the time or full time. It's fun for a little while, but I miss playing, I miss creating and kind of looking at things from that perspective. You know, again, that being said, I've really enjoyed being out here. I've really enjoyed, you know, kind of working on the tech side. We've been helping JR with a bass of his. I've changed out pickups a couple times, trying to sort out some issues there and just troubleshooting different things. That's been a lot of fun. You know, as you guys know, if you've watched the channel, I like to, you know, build amps and tinker with things and do all that kind of stuff that's a little more technical, and so you know, getting to do some of that out here and help people and solve problems as they come up has been a lot of fun and something that I really enjoyed. If you made it this far, thank you so much for watching. In hindsight, while I was editing this vlog, there are a lot of things that I wish I had done differently, or different footage that I wish I'd gotten. So I'm sure you guys have a lot of questions. I wanted to let you know that coming up in the next week or two, I'm going to be doing a live stream where I'll take questions about the tour, and then that'll also kind of celebrate the channel hitting 10,000 subscribers. If you haven't already, definitely hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you know when the live stream is coming, as well as any future content. Again, thank you for watching. Thank you for being here. Hope you enjoyed this vlog, and until next time, I'll see you out there.